Hello. I'm ready to pull my hair out because this is a pain in the butt. So you better appreciate this video, okay? Was that aggressive? That felt aggressive. I don't want to record this again, so we're just gonna roll with it. I've done this like 4 times. Here's a list of the changes I've had to make. That's not even all of them. That's the crazy part. I want them to stop making so many changes constantly. But I think what happened with the Hero Rises banner, it kind of shifted stuff away. So like, for example, Veronica was supposed to be here in May, and now she's not. She got bumped to June, which ironically also when Famortis is coming back to. The point is, there were a lot of changes that had to be made, in addition to formatting changes, which I literally just did last time. So I am tired of this. And whether this information is right or wrong at this point, I don't care anymore. So this is it. This is your hero tracker, and you better appreciate it, like I said. Otherwise, I'll feel bad. I'll feel bad about myself. That's just the truth. Okay, so April's fine. It's whatever. Okay, there's should we do a forecasting? Should we do a bit of forecasting? April has a lot of mythic dancers. Yay. I assume that we're probably going to see a new mythic in blue, which would be my guess. I think possibly Nerthas, or however you say her name. I don't know. It could be time for a new myth. I don't know. Maybe it's too soon. Typically the OC mythic halfway through comes in around June. But I really think it's going to be Nerthas, and I don't see the new hero being blue that month. But maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's weird. Anyway, the point is, April's fine. But outside of blue, there's not really a lot going on. Also, I don't know why Legendary Tiki's coming back in April. I'm confused. I don't like it, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But there, anyway, there it is. There it is. May. What is May? May is the first time you can get Legendary Robin back. That's what May is. Outside of that, there's not a whole lot going on. There is a little bit of remix stuff happening. Again, I don't know why there are 5 coming back in May for colorless. I assume we're gonna get like an update or something that like talks about why that's not correct or something along the lines. But the thing that you're probably most concerned about is who's getting remixed, right? And it should be Edelgard and it should be Leaf. Those are the 2 who should be getting remixed in May. So big month for a lot of people, I'm sure. Legendary Robin coming back, remixed Edelgard. Also, Leaf fans exist somewhere, I'm sure. So that is what that is. For the new Legendary, I would assume that it's red, but I guess it could also be blue. Only reason I think it might be blue is because whoever is here in May is probably coming back in July. But there was a little bit of shifting around that happened also. So Nana was initially supposed to come back in June, but then she got bumped to May, and now Veronica's in June instead of May. I think it has to do with the Hero Rises banner and how they don't want, because like Veronica's been rerun like almost half a dozen times at this point, and she came out in November. Okay, that's kind of like a lot. Like kind of a lot. And I assume that availability also helps dictate game pace, and so I assume that they don't want the game state to change that much with Veronica spam, so I assume that's why they bumped her out a little bit. I also don't know the actual reasonings, so I couldn't even tell you if I wanted. June, speaking of, that's when Yuri is coming back. Yuri fans. Honestly, if you want Yuri, you should probably try and pick him up now. Just like straight up. I think you should probably try and pick them up now. That seems like the smart thing to do. I don't otherwise know why you would wait, because like his color shares right now are pretty solid. Not to say that Veronica isn't, or Lilina. They've just, you know, they've been on many runs by now. And if you happen to have them already, getting them instead of a Yuri, which maybe you don't have yet, that could feel bad, right? Blue, like I said, it could be a mythic here. This is typically where we have like a midpoint type situation where we get a mythic hero along with a new heroes banner, kind of like the book beginning type banners. It happened with Note, I think it happened with Dagger, it happened last year with Letizia. They will probably continue to do it again. Nerthus happens to be blue. We happen to be running light on blue by the time we get here for 5-star filler. And it would give them a good excuse to make another new mythic, I guess, but I don't know what they're gonna do. There's a lot up in the air right now, and a lot of it doesn't make sense. Like, why Julie is here? Why is Julia here? I don't know. Are they throwing them back into the banners? I'm confused. I'm confused, and I hate it. But I guess we'll find out, have a better idea once April goes through, what June is typically going to look like, since we're both kind of having that reboot happen there. I really hope they don't put them back into the main banners. That would be kind of, I don't know if I'd like that very much. Outside of that, next 3 months get a little bit less exciting, I guess. Altina fans, if you're looking for remixed Altina, she's here. But for everybody else in the room, you're probably more interested in remixed Crom or remixed Brambulon, who are likely to be candidates for that month at this point. They're both kind of due, and this is the only one where they're the only non-remixed candidates in the banner so far, so I feel like that's a pretty good indicator that that's who's getting remixed. Outside of that, Colorless looks really strong, which is great. If you don't happen to have a Sigurd right now, which is on this banner, color sharing with Yuri, and I think also Emblem, you could pick him up in July. But like I said, red right now is really good, and you should probably pull on that if any of those characters interest you, because the consolation of not getting your 1 and 3 is pretty good right now. So that's kind of a win no matter what. August, this is Emblem's rerun again. Ninian is also back. I feel like those are the two major ones that people are interested in. Again, if you are interested in Emblem, you should probably try and pick her up now, because she's color sharing alongside Seliph and Regan, who Seliph was honestly a little underwhelming when he came out, and also Brave Seliph exists now, which I think is just a lot better than Legendary Seliph. And also Regan, who is free. So again, the 1 and 3, if you miss it when you're going for Emblem, the constellation is not as good, so just keep that in mind. Nothing else really of note here. Emblem and Ninian are the newer options available to you, but good stuff like Faye, Dimitri, those are solid options. Everybody else feels like a little bit dated, but you know, obviously if you want the character, you should probably try and get the character, right? And then in September, nothing has been shown to us yet. There's nothing here yet, but that's okay. Around August is likely when they will introduce the next batch of 6 or so legendary and mythic heroes to be remixed, and so it should be kicking things off in September with that, I would assume. So we'll probably hear more about that at that point. Right now, Gateau, I think, is coming back, which he is on the banner right now, color sharing along. Pretty good options, I think, overall. September is when he's back. That's a long time, so if you're a fan of Gateau and you want more, like a merge or two, now would be the time to do it. And then we just got 2 months left, which don't really offer a whole lot of insight. Note is also on the banner right now, but she's not coming back till November. Sorry. And then January, Ike is of course leading the remix path and putting us almost an entire year out from where we are now. So yay, Ike. That's what that is. And that's really all we have. If you're wondering what it kind of looks like together, it looks like this. Yay. Fun. So cool. So like I said, I feel like April, you're probably looking at a blue mythic. May, you're probably looking at a red legendary, potentially. And then June, you're probably looking at some sort of combination of a double mythic with possibly Nerthas as a blue mythic on a new heroes banner that month also. June is also that month where like you have a new heroes story in the beginning and then just 6 weeks of summer banners straight. And then they pick up the story again in like late July. So I assume that they would probably give us something to tie us over. I think Nerthas is probably a good candidate for that. So that's kind of a 3-month forecast alongside what is everything we know so far about legendary mythic heroes when they're returning. And then you can kind of look at the upcoming options and kind of piece things in, right? So quite possibly Ascended Tiki and Gangloat in April making a return alongside a potential mythic blue. And then, you know, from there on out, it's anybody's guess. So, yikes. That was a lot, and I hope it was helpful because my brain hurts now. And anyway, I had bubble tea for the first time today, and it was pretty good. I had to go out into the real world, and it was scary. But I'm back now, and now I have a Genshin preview to go watch, which is a short amount of time, and I'm wondering why it's only like 20 minutes long. Curious. Anywho, that video is probably coming after this one, so look forward to that. But that's it for here. So let me know what month you're most interested in, and of course, share this video with people. For the love of God, share it with people, because I need views to justify my intense observations in what all of these changes are. Please justify. Please help me justify making this video. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.